Hi, I'm Cameron McNary. It's been a week since we premiered Of Dice and Men at PAX, and I would have posted something earlier, but frankly I've been recovering. Both from the experience of PAX, which is pretty overwhelming, especially when it's your first time, and also from the experience of doing Of Dice and Men for such a wonderful, wonderful audience. And I just wanted to thank those of you who were able to make it there and didn't get turned away at the door for giving us such a wonderful, wonderful response to the play. Really, you can't imagine how much that means. And I especially want to thank the people who either came up afterwards or found me during the con or have emailed me since. They tell me about what the play meant to them personally. It's funny, when I first started writing this play, it was primarily in response to the fact that my best friend was enlisting in the Marine Reserves and being deployed to Iraq. But I also wanted to write a play that portrayed gamers, specifically tabletop role players, my people, in a way that they'd never been portrayed before in the culture. I wanted to make a play that people could bring their grandmother or their fiance or their husband or whoever who didn't get it, and sit them in the seat next to them and point at the play and say, this is why, this is why I game, and have them get it. And I think the single most touching thing about the entire experience has been the number of people who have told me essentially that it does that it's working. That their fiance, who never wanted to touch D&D with a 10-foot pole, not only gets it now, but wants to play. It's funny. I had some people ask me afterwards, do you think that this will translate well to a general audience? Do you think people out in the world will get it? And I always find that question kind of funny because, of course, it was always intended to be for a general audience first and foremost. I always meant it to speak for my tribe more than I did to speak to my tribe. And I think, it's hard to say something like this when you're the playwright, but I think based on the response we got from the audience at PAX, I think you can say it does that. That when this comes to your town, you can bring granddad or your big sister or whoever and sit them down next to you and say, here, this is why I game, this is why I play, and have them get it. And I know that asking people to donate money to something like this, when there isn't a specific thing coming up, there isn't a specific production. I can't say to you, yes, you in Fargo, North Dakota, we're coming to you on this and this date, and we need this much money to finish it off. Because, of course, that's not the plan. The plan is to promote this play to regional theaters across the country and get it seen in that venue by people who would not normally care about Dungeons & Dragons, normal theater goers. And to do that, we do need some money. So if you can see fit to donate us some funds, hopefully I will be able to say to you in Fargo, North Dakota, or in Minneapolis or Dallas or wherever, I'm bringing this, and you better buy a ticket for Grandma.